Hi guys, as I said that we will start with proportional theorem, which it is grade 12 theorem. So I want you to go through it and know how to prove it so that we can do applications when we meet. And please go through it. So the statement of this theorem says the line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle divides the two sides of the triangle. This is what it means. It says this line drawn parallel one side of a triangle. It does what? It divides two sides of triangle. You will see after construction. Then here you will be required to prove that AD over DB is equal to AE over EC. We are required to prove that. But the first thing you construct, how do you construct from here? You construct by X. This is the first triangle. It says it divides the two sides of a triangle. This is the first side, and it is the second side of a triangle. We have this triangle, and then we have this triangle. We have two triangles. It's what the statement is saying. The line drawn parallel, it divides the sides into two sides of triangle. So this, the first thing, is how you construct, and then you come and construct here, and then you come and construct here like this. Let's name this one as H1, and then let's name this one as H2. So what is the second thing to do? Second thing to do, you say area of ADE. This area of ADE. This area of this triangle ADE. You say area of triangle ADE over area of DEB over the first area of triangle DEB is equal to half 1/2 times what? Times AD. Times AD times what? Times the opposite height, which it is H2. The area of this triangle over the area of this triangle is equal to half of AD times the opposite height. And then you say for 1/2 for this one, and you say times DB and what? And H1. Right. So the area, this is your first step, the area of ADE over the area of DEB is equal to half of AD times the opposite height, and then over half of DB times the height, which it is H1. Again, you continue saying the area of triangle ADE, the same area on top, over the area of a second triangle angle, the area of a second triangle, which it is what? Which it is DEC. I get the first one, it was DEB. Now it is DEC. It is this area DEC. It is equal to what? It is equal to half of what? Of AE of this side. I get that time it was for this side, AD and DB. Now it is for this side, AE time is what? Time is H1, time is opposite. I get now for this one it is for opposite H1. Then you come over 1 over 2 EC time is what? Time is H1. For the second step, we are using the same height, which it is H1. Then you come and say the area of DEB is equal to the area of what? Of DEC. The area of this triangle, it is equal to what? The area of this triangle. As the statement said, it divides the side of the triangle. The area of this side is equal to what? The area of this side is what we are saying here. The area of triangle DEB is equal to the area of triangle DEC. Why? It is because they are sharing the same height, or same base. Same height or same base. If you can check the area of DEB, the area of DEB, it is doing what? It is sharing the height, which it is 1, this height, which is H1, and then with the area of DEC, the area of DEC, it is sharing what? Height, which it is H1. Therefore, when they are equal, when they are sharing the same base, it means the area of triangle ADE over the area of triangle DEB for the first one is equal to the area of triangle ADE, the same thing, ADE over the area of triangle DEC. Therefore it means here we cancel E by E, and then here we cancel D by D, and then we are left with what? We are left with AD over this, I said it's B, over DB, which it is equal to AE over EC. The reason we are cancelling E here, we want to be left with AD. Area cancel area, area cancel area, triangle cancel triangle.